Hello and welcome to the Road to Success with the TheLadyMayowa podcast. Today I have with me Kingsley Kojo Aikins. You may know him as World Traveler on Instagram, or you may know him by his business, Eyes in Dubai. Kingsley started out at the very bottom in Dubai, working in a warehouse. Well, you hear all about it in the story, to leveling up and becoming an entrepreneur. He shares with me how he decided to separate himself from his reality, level up as an entrepreneur, and use the opportunities around him to create his own reality. He is in the business of image and travel. And so he's found a way to marry both things and create a business that is now serving people across the world. In his words, Dubai will continue to boom for at least another 25 years, and he is not planning to go anywhere. He's going to be here doing business and becoming successful. Do enjoy. Today in my chair, I've got Eyes in Dubai. You know him as Eyes in Dubai, but I think globally his government name is Kingsley Aikins. Welcome.
Right, thank you very much.
Eyes in Dubai.
Eyes in Dubai.
How did that come about?
When I discovered most of the people who come from Africa, and I know them, don't get to discover Dubai as much as they should, that was when I decided to be their eyes when they come to Dubai. Hence the name Eyes in Dubai.
Eyes in Dubai. Right. How old is the business now?
Barely 2 years old.
So is this one of those COVID-inspired businesses?
Correct.
Tell me, how did that happen?
So I lost my job in COVID. So I tried looking for a job after COVID. I mean, when COVID was almost over and jobs were being open, I tried to look for jobs and all that. But after staying home for a while and figuring out a lot of things, I realized getting back into the corporate world will help me. And my first experience wasn't easy working in the corporate world in Dubai. But it taught me a lot I never knew when it comes to my work ethics and all that. So I was like, you know what? I mean, I can do it. I did it for 8 years. Let me get back. But I tried and I never found any. So during this process, I was living in Marina, JBR, and my view was the yacht bay, the yacht view. That's what I woke up. I woke up to that for like 6 months. So knowingly or unknowingly, I probably have been thinking about it, but it never occurred to me because I wasn't looking that direction. So I wake up one morning and I was like, during COVID, I noticed the yachts were still sailing. And if no humans are having fun, how are they sailing? So I was like, you know what, let me go down there, find out what is happening, and then we get talking. So I dressed up, I slide my camera to my side like a tourist, went down there, spoke to a couple of people. I found one that was willing to engage me in a conversation. I asked them how their yacht works, what is it about, and I told them, listen, I have a big travel and tourism company. I didn't have any by then. I have a very big travel and tourism company. I'm bringing like over 100 people once COVID is cleared. So I want you to give me access to your fleet in terms of B2B. And they didn't hesitate because they bought my story. So they gave me the B2B rates. At that point, I had around 250 dirhams.
Did you say 250 dirhams?
Yeah, 2021. Somewhere, I think after my birthday, April, May, thereabout. So I told her, okay, I want to rent the cheapest one, which was a speedboat. I rented it. I had 2 roommates who were Nigerians, and then I had a friend who was a Ghanaian lady. I invited them onto the yacht. I paid for the yacht for 200, and then I bought drink and then an empty glass so we could, pose and take pictures with it. Went onto the yacht. We took pictures, we took videos. They were excited about it. And then when I came back, I decided to do a flyer with the pictures I had because I realized photography and videography is expensive in Dubai, right? So you can't easily get people to want to pull you. And listen, we're just coming from COVID. Everybody has like spent so much, savings have gone into, trying to stay alive and all that. So we were like, you know what? Let me do something that will make people spend, but not spend too much. So I told them, I did a flight and I was like, book a yacht and get a free photography. Right.
Which is a skill you already had.
I already had. So it doesn't take so much to get on there. And funny enough, most of the pictures we took from the yacht, or most of the pictures I take from the yacht, comes from my smartphone. And then well edited in post-production. So that was how everything started. So it started from book a yacht and get free photography. Then I started reaching out to people who knew I was doing it. Then the lady I took on the yacht the first time introduced me to a group of ladies who were coming to Dubai, but they didn't have any itinerary. So I think they were my first set of clients. So they got here. I didn't do their visa. I only did the yacht desert safari, and I think they went to the luxury pool, the 5 Palm pool. So I did their transportation, the itinerary for them. Whilst I was with them, they also told me, there's a lady coming from Ghana who is very big on Snapchat. And in Ghana, Snapchat is a big deal. So they were like, you know what? Why don't you try and do something for her? So quickly, I threw in a pro bono. I want to host you guys on the yacht for free, right? And then in return, you give me publicity on your gram. I didn't even have to ask for the publicity. Once we go on the yacht, it happened. She posted, and then from there, every single client I have gotten came from her. So it was like back to back. So initially, they would just come in and contact me. Oh, I'm in town. What can we do? I'm in town. What can we do? And I was like, you know what? Why don't we throw in a whole package where we do everything for you, where you come to town, and then all is all sorted. All you just need to do is to pay your initial fee, and then everything goes in. So quickly, initially it was a world traveler. That's what you know about. That was what I was using to promote my page. So I go to like beautiful places in Dubai, take pictures of them with myself and then the environment, and then people will go like, oh, I saw you this picture. Where did you take it? I was like, oh, I took you here. I can take you there. You pay me, I get it done for you. Right? Because I wasn't finding job for photography. So I had to create a job that will create job for photography. So in the long run, even when I hand over Ice in Dubai was still employment. Ice in Dubai has employed me now as a photographer and a content creator. So I took it upon myself to create a job that will give me a job I'm looking for.
That's amazing. You created the demand for what you supply.
Exactly.
But I watched one of your interviews and you talked about Dubai will humble you.
Dubai will humble you.
Tell me about your humility story.
So let's start from me not having to have worked for... I didn't know what a CV looked like until I came to Dubai in 2019. I'd always done my own stuff. It's always been me from one thing to another. And everybody will tell you, everybody who knows me, my nickname is the mover. I get things done. What you don't think can happen, I can make it happen. Because
what are some of the industries you've been in?
So, my life has been around fashion, entertainment, basically media. And then I personally, I'm an entrepreneur. So when I was growing up, photography, videography, and all that, that's why everybody knows me, the celebrities around, photography, videography. But within me, the whole concept was create a circle of people, a network of people, and then later sell something to them. So photography, videography to me was a point of networking. Like you're sitting here right now. If I have my camera, I take a beautiful picture of you.
I'm going to be chasing you for my picture.
Right. I got a beautiful picture of you. Do you want it? You're like, okay, can I have your number? Instead of me walking up to you, hey, hi, you're pretty. Can I have your number?
No.
I'd rather come with photography. Right? Because you're seeing your image. I want my image back. So you give me your number, I send it to you, introduce myself, and that is it.
And you've made it one person in your network.
Exactly. So that was it. I've been around the media and fashion, entertainment. So whatever I'm doing is something I love to do.
So did you struggle with being in that space? And I know what it is to be among celebrities, which obviously gives visibility for whatever you do. And the fact that if you get one celebrity to post you, tag you, share you, that has impact on your business. So moving from there to Dubai, jobless, now having to put together a CV and exposing yourself to rejection, what are some of the mental battles you had to fight?
For me, for me, moving to Dubai, like my major issue was mental issues because this is me getting into an environment where I haven't been into a corporate world. I have never had a taste of it. I'm always working from a distance. They employ me, I do my job, I leave. I take my money, I leave. I'm not into the day-to-day 66, 95 kind of vibe. Now, you're in a group environment where you're working with people. They're laughing with you in the face, but talking trash about you at the back, backbiting, sabotaging, and you still need to wake up every morning to come and sit in the office with these people.
And still greet them.
It wasn't easy. That transition wasn't easy. I mean, being with all those people and leaving them to come and establish myself in Dubai was basically supposed to be a 2-year plan. The first year, I do some investment. The second year, I buy my photography and videography equipment and then back to Ghana because, I mean, there's a big market in Ghana for that kind of stuff. And then COVID hit. So then I had to restructure myself.
Wow. Do you feel like if care isn't taken, Dubai can make a somebody into a nobody?
Oh, no. I mean, it's already doing. Because me and two. When I landed in Dubai, 2019, 10th March, 3:45 p.m., Egypt Air.
Up until the time,
I had $200 in my pocket. The first $100 went towards my rent, which was a shared space called a bed space. That was where my friends went into. And I had my second $100, which I changed into dirhams, and I used on my day-to-day stuff. Now, did I know I was going to make it? No. Did I know I wanted to make it? Yes. Did I know how? No. But I just started. Now, the corporate world taught me a lot how to deal with people, how to work in the same space with different nationalities. Because before, I mean, I'll never wake up to an alarm. I've never taken orders from anyone. I give the orders. But this time, we switched. Now, how was I able to? Because I was determined and focused and knew exactly where I wanted to end up. Now, when I was transiting in Egypt, I met a group of guys who had been in Dubai and had gone home and coming back to Dubai from vacation. So we engaged in a conversation, and then they gave me a couple of tips. Oh, when you get to Dubai and you get a job in certain states, don't go. When you get a job and people say this, don't go. When people tell you, I have something here for you, but this. So the little advice they gave me is what I guided myself with. Now, come on. I'm educated, right? So I know how to use my mind to make sure whatever I'm being told is what it is. So when I got here, I realized, the people were just bluffing. The same Dubai story. I'm going to get you a job. There's no job. You need to find your way around. But when I landed, the first thing I did was, when I was on the flight, I was looking at Dubai. I was looking at the tourist centers and all that. So when I got to town, 2 days, I just dressed up and I went straight to the Burj Arab to take pictures with it and all that. And these people in my room have been in Dubai for like 5-6 years, and they don't even know where this is. Now, when I realized the whole job seeking and I'm going to get you a job was, they just applying for jobs on the internet for you, and then when you're being called for an interview, they send you to. I was like, there's no point in anybody doing this for me.
So you're saying that a lot of people just sit at home, pay people to find jobs for them, but they don't get into the game themselves.
Exactly. And this is something we can all do. All you need is a CV, and we have Indeed, where you can actually submit your CVs to 1,001 companies, like just what, let's say, I would do for you. Why don't you do it yourself? And you even put in more effort, because probably if I am handling like 4 or 5 people, the energy is spread across. But if you are doing it personally for yourself, it will work out for you. I came here, people have been here for like 8 months, 6 months. 2 weeks I got a job. And that was where my Dubai journey started from. My first salary was around 660 dirhams. That was what my salary in 2019. But that wasn't the drive. The drive was to wake up every day and get things done. Knowing who you are and what you can do, you needed to go through the system from scratch. Like someone like me, I don't think anything in the world would happen and I'll be moved by it, because living in Dubai for almost like a year with no job, you still need to pay your rent and get things done, should tell you the monster I've become when it comes to getting things done.
So how did you manage? Because it's one thing to sit here and tell me 1 year no job, but you still paid your rent, you still put food in your stomach. Right. The question is, how?
So I got online jobs. And the second I did that, book a yacht and get free photography, people were contacting me here and there. Do you get it? So I moved from, okay, I need to earn like 5,000 dirhams to I need to survive. So it's doing one thing to the other. And talking about that, I keep telling everybody I come across this. Dubai is a template when it comes to business. It's just like when you open your word sheet. You've got different templates. You choose a template and you modify it. Dubai has the biggest business template where you don't need so much capital to get started. All you need is to have a clientele where you're going to sell whatever you want to market to. Basically, that is it. And that was what I did. I didn't have to buy a yacht. I didn't have to buy a car. I didn't have to own a desert camp. I didn't have to own... I did my travel and tourism for like a year before I went to Ghana to do my registration in Ghana. Then after the Ghanaian registration, I came to Dubai to do my Dubai registration.
Let's talk about Ghana for a bit. Some people come here or relocate anywhere, and it's almost as if bye wherever home was. It's like some people swear they would never want to go back. Would you say that that's a mistake, that people should look at how they can align values? Because if you live, for instance, you're talking about going back to Ghana. I saw your billboard posted up in Ghana. Right. What would you say about that aspect? Should people also look at how they can exchange value between where they are at, the country they've relocated to, and their home country?
So before I left, a friend of mine gave me an advice. When you travel abroad, always look for something that is there and not home, and bring it home. Do you get it? So, also, what I've realized with most people who travel, they're all caught up in the corporate world, which is perfect, working for people, which is perfect. Because not everybody is made an entrepreneur. Not everybody has the heart, the ability to stand what it comes with. So it's all right. But I keep telling them, if you can make it in Dubai, you can make it everywhere in the world. Because the work ethics in Dubai is no joke. If you're working 12 hours, you're working 12 hours. Right? Now, I came here, I've seen how things are being done, and I'm looking at my tourism industry back in Ghana. Okay, what are the loopholes? What can we do? Where can we start from? Okay, people who are traveling with agencies are not experiencing the best of Dubai, right? If I sit here and I always say, okay, when they come here, I'm going to reach out to them, it's going to be a big issue. Because sometimes they might get here and they have already overspent. Yeah,
they're not willing to spend more.
Good. So looking at how the tourism industry here, I feel like, you know what, if I go back home and set myself up in that space, in the long run, who knows, I might become the Minister of Tourism. Do you get it? So asking about, is it good to incorporate whatever you're doing abroad with back home? I'll say yes. Why? Because this is our roots. If we don't go back to take care of it, we might lose it. Will it take a while? Yes. Do you know why? Because the level of discipline you've acquired from where you're coming from, people back home don't have it. So then it becomes a struggle, but it can be done. So I urge everyone to look back home to make sure they create an impact in wherever they're coming from.
Let's talk about looks can be deceiving, that term, and the flashy lifestyle that you sometimes find people wanting to live in Dubai. And you are in the business of image. a picture can say 1,000 words, right? What lessons have you learned in that space, and what web have you seen people get caught up in trying to live the life?
Okay. Now, I don't blame them when they come here and they want to live that kind of life, because unfortunately, there's certain people here who will not associate themselves with you, no matter how great you are, if you don't look a certain way. But you don't need to get caught up in it, because I know a lot of people who have like credit card debts and are struggling to pay. Listen, we're coming from Africa. Africa, we pay everything in cash. So what are you talking about? Why are you getting yourself in something you have no idea where the foundation is coming from?
Do you have a credit card?
I would never get a credit card.
Why? You're in business. You need it, no?
No, me personally, no. Business, yes. Business has got nothing to do with me. My business would take care of whatever they want to do if they want to do anything. But for me personally, no. I grew up for over 29 years buying everything in cash. So that's what I'm used to. If I want a car, I'll save up and buy it. If I want a house, I'll save up and buy it. So, I mean, everyone out there, everyone coming in, everybody who is here, let's not forget our roots. Let's not forget where we come from. Because, yes, Dubai can get you carried away. My definition for Dubai is you do and you buy. So whilst you're working, you're buying. So if you don't wake up, you'll be here for 5 years, and all you've just been doing is
Doing and buying.
doing and buying. And then you're going to realize, damn, I have so many stuff, and none of them is worth nothing over time. An example was COVID. When COVID hit, our shoes and clothes meant nothing. Our designer bags meant nothing. Our luxury cars meant nothing. They were all packed for over 6 months, 8 months, 1 year. So for me, COVID was the break I needed in life to reflect on myself, to understand exactly what I needed. And I have picked up one or two from it. And that is what shaped me to get into business in a certain way and do things in a certain way.
Picture this. You arrived Dubai today for the first time, and then you meet you, the one sitting here. What do you tell that person, that version of yourself that has just arrived Dubai today? If you could go back in time with all the knowledge that you have and start over again, what would you tell yourself?
It would be hard taking myself out of myself to answer myself. But this is what I'll tell anyone coming in. Like today, Dubai has got everything you're coming here for. Everything. We all have different purpose in coming to Dubai, right? I'll give you an example. I used to give this advice to my African brothers, most of them from the East and West. I mean, we the Westerners, the guys from the West, we're a bit okay when it comes to finances. But I was asking a lady from Kenya, what happens to your salary when you pick it up? Oh, I send, let's say 2,000. I send 1,500 home to keep in my account. Then I pay my rent. Then I use the rest for like upkeeps and all that. I was like, okay, how much is 1,500 dirhams? That should be like maybe around let's say almost $400, right? Now, the dollar back in Africa appreciates with time. Am I lying? But our local currency depreciates against the dollar. So instead of you working and sending the money you don't need back to wherever you're coming from, to go and sit in your account, right?
To depreciate later.
Why not convert it into dollars, keep it with you? When you're about to travel, you travel with the dollars. By that time, you probably might have $100 more from whatever you have saved, right? Some of them took it, some of them didn't take it. Back to your question. Now, everything you want to do here depends on the mindset. Because I'm telling you, during COVID, I had two options: go home or stay. I had overstay fine over 30,000 dirhams. But did I ever wake up to like, you know what, let me just get myself out of here and go start something in Ghana? No. Because reflection upon reflection, looking at where I had come from, where I had gotten to, I might not have the money I wanted in Dubai by then, but I have gained a certain level of experience. Now, I have left Ghana for almost a year plus. It means things have changed in Ghana.
People have moved forward.
My friend told me, My brother, when you left, we are also moving. So don't come back and expect to come and meet us where we are. You get it? So now me listening to people talk and all that, I quickly changed the whole slogan to either I make it or I make it.
What are some of your other success principles?
You have to be disciplined when it comes to whatever you're doing. And when it comes to you being in any field, I mean, it applies to every field, whether you're by yourself or you're working for someone, you're an entrepreneur or you're an employee, wherever you find yourself. You need to be consistent in whatever you're doing. I'm telling you, I worked for a year, travel and tourism, and I made no profit.
How so?
Because most of the things I needed to put out there, nobody was willing to pay for it. So I'll do it for you for free, and I get my pictures, I get my articles. Now, before I started business, I chanced on a podcast where I realized the new marketing strategy in business now is free. I'll tell you. If I call you and I tell you, Lady May, I want to give you a Rolls Royce for today, for free. Are you serious? Yeah, I am serious. Thank you very much. You pick it up. In return, you're going to send me pictures and videos of you sitting in a Rolls Royce, having fun and all that. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your man, World Traveler representing us in Dubai. Listen, if you come to Dubai and need a Rolls Royce, reach out to me. Look at Lady May. Enjoy her luxury Rolls Royce with us. We got you any day, luxury rental. I do an advert. I put it out there. But if I was waiting for you to pay me to get on the Rolls Royce, it might take forever. You want to do it, but at your own pace. My business can't wait. So I did most of the stuff for free.
So it was intentional?
It was intentional. I ran into debt trying to build what everybody is seeing. Because nobody saw what I saw. Nobody is seeing what I'm seeing. Nobody is seeing or is willing even to understand what I'm trying to do. But I need to let them. Right now, the whole Ghana is on my case. But when I started, my own friends will not post me. So listen to you out there. You newcomer coming to Dubai. Do whatever it takes to put yourself on.
You know, I like that we're talking about discipline because just this morning I posted on my Instagram and said, discipline is better than motivation. I think I couched it that way. Discipline is better than motivation. What do you say?
I can't agree with you any better because you know why? I read motivational books a lot. That's how I teach myself. I buy a lot of ebooks and all that. But I read them and I get to a point and I realize, listen, where the book has gotten to, I need to get back to what I'm doing, elevate, and then come back to the book. Because the book is talking about me managing over $100,000. I don't have it.
So let me go get it first.
Let me go get it first and I'll come and continue the book. So I have a lot of motivational books where I have paused. I started off with them. They taught me a lot. They empowered me. But I had to go back to my work, put in more discipline, be more consistent, build up. Because listen, I can tell you, listen, if you go out there, you work it off, you're going to make it happen. But how? After listening to me, what next? Do you get it? So yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. You need to be very disciplined in whatever you do. I can motivate you. But if you're a spender and you don't happen to change, my motivation won't do nothing to you. My friends will tell you, Aikins will motivate you right now. Yes. Because I want to see everybody around me win. Yeah. Do you get it? Because if you succeed and the people around you haven't succeeded, you're not safe. You don't have peace of mind because they'll keep calling you. Probably you have a multi-million business, but you don't have a multi-million dollar in your account because it comes with entrepreneurship. You do a lot of investment before the return starts coming. So that is my little way of giving back to my people. I always try to motivate them to let them know, listen, look at me. Recently, when I went to Ghana, it was a business trip. I took someone from the US who wants to do a trip from the US to Ghana, and they want me to be their wholesaler in Ghana. When I took them to where I grew up from. On the flight, this person was quiet. Then I was like, what's up? Are you okay? It's everything in the trip. She was like, the trip went very well, but I'm very inspired by you. Like, going to see where you grew up and what you've become, what you're doing, And guess what? I don't even see what she's talking about because I still feel there's a lot I need to do. Some people will call me and go like, Charlie, I think you need to start taking some credit for all that you've... I was like, listen, I understand. But the people in front of me are still going.
So in all of this, what is your biggest Dubai lesson that you feel like other people can learn from?
My biggest Dubai lesson? Because Dubai has taught me a lot of things. For me, I think it when it comes to my work ethics, that is what I learned because, you see, here if you're working, you're working. If you're working, you're working. Like, for instance, if you employ me to come and work for you, I don't think you watch me just lazy about and then you give me my money at the end of the month, right? You won't watch me do that, right? And I felt this is something most of our African brothers, me being... When I came, I was an ordinary laborer. When I say an ordinary laborer, where the cleaner can call you and say, today you're working with me. Where the butcher can say, today you're working with me. Right? So I started from the basics of Dubai. But guess what? From an ordinary laborer with a salary of 660 dirhams, 8 months before I left, my salary was almost 4,500.
How did you do that?
I picked myself up. You see, if I put you in Rwanda, you still do what you're doing because that is something you know how to do. So if you put anybody who is smart in the worst of conditions, they will still evolve based on the mindset. Now, what did I do? I did my first 2 months. I got to know the system. I got to know how it works out there. I got to know everybody, what they like, what everybody is about. I mean, when I came, I was very energetic. The energy, you can't take it away from me. Forget it. So when I get into the plant, everybody knows I'm here. Hey, what's up? Are you okay, Charlie? Do you need help? Let me help you. Are you okay? Do you need me here, Charlie? I don't sit. Sometimes I even do overtime for free because I needed to be noticed. 2 months into the line, my HR called whoever was in charge of me. I was like, oh, hi, so like, this guy doesn't deserve to be here. And they have one question they ask you, do you know how to read? Do you know how to write? Because most of the people, they have been there for like 15 years, 18 years, but they know their job based on experience. The guy who taught me how to do my job didn't know how to read and write. But if you ask him to go and bring a box of water, let's say Dubai box of water, he's been able to figure it out in a way where he knows this is it, like maybe with colors or with inscriptions or something. So that's how he got to know. So when I came in, that was a question he was asking me, do you know how to read? Do you know how to write? I was like, you good chance here, you good chance. I was like, okay, cool. So 2 months into my HR calls my head of department, how am I doing? Am I okay? They promoted me. So I wasn't going into the warehouse anymore. I was out of the warehouse, just doing a little supervision. 3 months, we got a chance to have our group CEO come and give us a lecture about, because it was getting to this big Expo 2020. So everybody was getting ready. So my company was building like a big warehouse closer to that point because we went to fish production. We're doing the salmon fillet, the Nile patch, and then shrimps, chicken breast, all those kind of stuff. So he came to talk to us. After he finished talking, what did I do? I raised my hand.
Ask a question.
Ask a question. I give the vote of thanks. On behalf of me and my senior colleagues, I want to say a big thank you for taking time off your busy schedule to talk to us. Whatever you've told us, we're going to use it to enrich ourselves and also to enrich your company. Thank you very much. The next minute, I was called to the office. 2 days after, I was told to submit my CV again. I got promoted again. 6 months, I got promoted again. 8 months, I got promoted again.
What?
Then I decided, you know what? Even if I become the HR in this company, I can't take it back home. So it was time for me to move on. I've gained the experience I needed. I've gained the discipline I needed. I've experienced enough in the corporate world. It's time for me to go out there and do me.
But I have a question, and it's quite interesting. Why do you think our people easily come here and start from that scratch? And I'm not saying everybody's story is going to be this. No one's going to. But when you see that there's that narrative in the community where it's like, you have to be willing to start from it. Why is it like there's a community mindset we need to break off so that when our people come, the narrative is not you have to start from cleaner or barrister. How about the narrative is, listen, don't settle for anything less than 7,000 dirhams?
Okay. there's two ways of taking over Dubai. Two ways. That's what I've realized. You come in with a lot of money and put yourself on, or you start from the scratch. Most of the people who come in, and I'm part of them, we didn't come in with a lot of money. So we had to start from the scratch to put ourselves on. If I came in with a lot of money, I would have gone straight to photography. Do you get it? So during my research, like you're talking about, I kept asking the guys from the UK, the US, why are you guys here? Your country is a place we will die for. We will do everything to go there. What are you guys doing here? Then they tell me this. I'm like, wow, I need to get closer to these people. I go where they go, I hang out where they hang out, and their mindsets are different. 1,000 dirhams spending in a day means nothing to them. 1,000 dirhams to we that come from the Atepa family means everything for us. But then we need where they go to become what we need to become, because if we are still where we are, we're going to be there forever. And it's going to be from changing one job to another, changing one job to another. COVID helped me, because if that break didn't happen, honestly, I didn't know how I was going to get myself out of it. Because I don't have 30,000 or 40,000 sitting in my account to live on until I put myself on. Do you get it?
I think that's a fantastic point, actually.
Yeah, that is why most people come from that perspective. Because, for instance, if you're coming here today, you can afford to get your own Emirates ID, you can afford to pay your accommodation, you can afford to get your driver's license, get a car. You relax and look for a better job that suits you. You probably take on a couple of courses to upgrade yourself, and boom, you're in there.
Good point.
So what I tell them is, when you find yourself there, look at who you were before you came here and put yourself on to that level. And that was what I was focused on. So I wasn't concerned about whatever they were giving me when I was there. No. The months should keep going. Let me keep experiencing the Dubai. You know, it will get to a point where I was like, you know what? I think I've gotten to a place where I can take myself out of the corporate world and go into the real Dubai world and look for what I'm looking for. And that was what I did.
Talking about community, the African community, what do you say when you look at what the community is now? Do you think we're as united? Do you think we need to do better in coming together, integrating? What do you see?
So, before I say that, I'll give you a story. I went to visit this group of Filipinos in the villas. There were 10 living in the villas. Big apartments, 5-bedroom, swimming pool. You know, this is what my father would retire to. But these guys were young, 25, 27. They were enjoying whatever they had to do. Why? Because they sat down and they were like, listen, me and you, we are paying rent for like 4K, 5K a month, right? And that villa is probably like maybe 12K a month. So if we are 10 in a 5-bedroom villa, we might even be paying less than we are paying in our own studio and enjoy more. What again did they do? They decided not all 10 of us are going to work because we can't all get a car right now. So we're going to all come together and buy a van for one person. So you are our driver. When we wake up in the morning, you drop us off at work, you come back home. If there's anything that needs to be done at home, you do it before you come, maybe like cooking, purchasing of stuff, you know. You do it, and when we close from work, you pick us back up, we come home, big family, we enjoy our lives, we sleep, we wake up. This guy who is driving, at the end of the month, they pay him.
For his services?
For his services. This is what we are missing in the African world. This is what we are missing in African society. Everybody, like, we have this saying, everybody wants to become a CEO and entrepreneur, but most people are poor, being CEOs and entrepreneurs. There are people in this world, when they know themselves and they know how to serve, you can even become wealthier, a servant, than a leader. That is what we are missing. We can do way better when we come together. Because listen, people voice out, we love you guys, but we just not allowed to show it because of our culture. We have all it takes.
What do Ghanaians in Dubai say about Nigerians? I mean, I know of one narrative,
Tell me.
which people, it's almost as if the Nigerians are the ones putting everybody in trouble,
In
right?
trouble. For me, right now I feel Dubai is dead when it comes to nightlife, when it comes to entertainment and all that, because my Nigerian people are not here. Irrespective of whatever everybody says, there's something you can't take away from Nigerians. They are go-getters. You get it? They will do whatever they have to do to get whatever they have to get. Unlike where we come from, where we are like chill. Like people even ask me, are Ghanaians in Dubai? And funny enough, everybody thinks I'm a Nigerian these days.
Oh,
because
wow.
all my friends are Nigerians. You might see me in a space of maybe 15 Nigerians, I'm the only Ghanaian. So, I mean, for me, Nigerians are wonderful people. You need to understand them.
On behalf of all Nigerians, I accept the praise. Where do you see yourself, your business, in the near future? Do you see yourself in Dubai for a long time, or do you see yourself eyes in Canada, eyes in Ghana?
Eyes in Dubai. The idea behind it is to have branches around the world. Because for the next 25 years, whether you like it or not, Dubai is going to be reigning when it comes to tourism. So everybody that wants to come from wherever they're coming from to Dubai needs an eye. So in Nigeria, eyes in Dubai. Cameroon, Kenya. As I'm talking to you right now, we are in talks with Nigeria, we are in talks with Kenya to set up eyes in Dubai there, because, come on, everybody needs an eye before you get here. Now, about the world, there's another company where I haven't put it out there so much. Dream Seeker Travels. That is the Dubai registration. So Dream Seeker is the mother company for all the branches.
All the eyes.
Yes. So again, demand and supply. I'm going to help you people in your various countries to get easy access to Dubai. In return, you're going to be buying your travels from me in Dubai.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Do I want to be here forever? Yes. Because realistically, what I've been able to achieve in 4 years, 29 years of my life, I wasn't able to achieve that.
So Dubai's long-term plan.
Very long term.
Kingsley, it's been so good having you on this chair, talking about success, your journey, principles. Thank you.
Thank you
for sharing with us. And hopefully we have more Nigerians back.
Yay,
soon.
I can't wait. Oh, Charlie, I have no idea. I can't wait to have you guys back.
Thank you so much. So there's one new thing we're doing. I know it's water now, but we'll fix that. We'll have to do cheers to your success.
Thank you for having me.
And I'll take a sip of that. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next episode.